Let's just try and understand how we've got to the current situation in 2023 between Israel and Hamas. And actually, if you don't mind, we will go back 100 years to before World War II. So just take a look here. This is the area of Palestine rather than the nation. It's part of the Ottoman Empire, and that broke up and collapsed. And then it's left to the British, actually, to establish in Palestine a home for the Jewish people without losing the Palestinians their home. So the British have that real struggle. And after World War II, Hitler's attempt to destroy the Jewish race, it gets urgent. And they create this map with the help of the UN, all right, the plan of partition. So here we have Arab states in gold, Jewish states in blue. That is the idea. Pause it there and just note here in gold, Gaza, which is what we're still talking about today. So there is the partition map. That's supposed to be the new combination of Palestinian and Jewish state. However, one day later, it's then invaded by the surrounding Arab nations who do not like it. So 5 Arab armies go in. And you have this extraordinary moment. I'm going to show it to you in 3 stages, OK? Stage 1, you have the map I showed you. There, the partition plan. Stage 2, this massive invasion by Arab armies. But 3, Israel counterattacks. And it becomes known as Israel's War of Independence. And off the back of that, Israel essentially wins. This is the new boundary, OK? Now, the West Bank of Jordan is occupied. Gaza is occupied. That's Egyptian. Where are the Palestinians? Many in Gaza, West Bank, some exiled, some living in Israel. The next big date is 1967. Israel believes another Arab invasion is imminent, and they preemptively go out into the Sinai, massive expanse of desert, Egyptian, the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, East Jerusalem, and most of the Golan Heights, which is Syrian. They triple the size of Israel on the map, tripling the size of their territory. But obviously, these are occupied areas here. They're not Israeli. So the key issue here for Egypt is they've got to get that land back. They try it with force, and they try it with negotiation. And in the end, Egypt has to recognize Israel, becomes the first Arab state to recognize that Israel is a valid nation in 1982. But it's an expensive process. The author of it, the Egyptian president Anwar Sadat, is murdered at a military ceremony by some of his own soldiers who are furious that Egypt has recognized Israel. So this is a horrible scene and a reminder of how high the stakes are. So now we're Israel's boundaries today, and still we have the Golan, West Bank, Gaza occupied. Jordan has said, becoming the second Arab state to recognize Israel, all right, we accept that this is your border, but we'd like the West Bank back. So Egypt and Jordan now recognize Israel. But Gaza is the focus now. And Aziz is calling from Southampton, and Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, is there. Aziz, what do you want him to say? Go on, Aziz.
Hello. First of all, can we just not call this a war? This is a massacre. Palestinians are completely defenseless. They don't have an Air Force, Navy, or anything like that. No shelters, nothing else.
You could say, I'm only going to add the obvious rider. You could say the same thing about those Jews, Israelis at the youth festival.
Yes, okay. They're fine. But they've not been carpet bombed and, the atrocities that are going on at the moment. It's a genocide. Now, Sunak is going there saying unqualified support for Israel. What does that actually mean? That means you give a green light for them to commit any war crimes they want, and we come to their defense.
I hear you. Right? I hear what you're saying. I wonder whether there are 2 messages, though. He says that in public, but in private he says, look, please show restraint here, or it's all going to bounce back on you.
Well, it's about time you come out public. Just look at the demonstrations all around the world. Our governments and all the governments are completely out of step. Just massive demonstrations. Even in New York, a very pro-Jewish place, there are loads of Jewish people come out protesting against this absolute barbaric bombing and just massacre of people.
I hear you. Thank you, Aziz. Thank you so much. Tim in Merseyside, what should Rishi Sunak say?
I think Hello there.
Hi.
Yeah, are you there? I can't see you on the screen.
No, hang on. It's best to mute your TV. There we go.
I've muted it, yeah.
Yeah. What's happening then?
Hi, Jeremy.
Hey.
I think it's a good thing that the Prime Minister is going to be there and try and calm things down. I have muted my TV, Jeremy.
Oh, you're watching it in delay. I think because you can hear me in real time, but the picture's delayed.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Far away.
Yes, I will say, Jeremy, I think it's a good thing that the Prime Minister is going there and can try and talk things down. I think that he is a person of Asian origin. He is, I know he is a different religion to either of the dominant religions out there in the Middle East.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think he's in a position, he is independent from those points of view, and he is also influential because he's head of state of
Great.
an influential country.
Brilliant, Tim. Well done. David in Southampton, hi.
Hi.
What do you think? Is there any point in him going, I suppose, to ask the brutal question? No.
No, I don't think there is, because he's already told us once that he supports, or we support, what the Israelis have done. I think the UN should get involved. I think they've got to show themselves to have a spine. They need to get everybody involved round the table. And if they can't do that, why is the UN existing?
You'd need Israel and the Palestinians to sit together. And you saw yesterday the Palestinians cancelled their meeting with Biden because of this hospital attack.
Yeah, that was because of that. That's another story. You either believe what happened or you don't believe what happened. As far as I'm concerned, that gentleman on your show suggested that Hamas wouldn't bomb their own people. Well, Hamas are not Palestinian necessarily. So,
we don't know because it could have been an accident, or they might have done it to just create the impression that Israel did it. I don't know. David, thank you very much. Sunak, you've got so many crises back at home. You must be wondering what you're doing out there.
Potentially, but I think had he not gone out there, one of the crises at home is, as Myleene was saying, that we are starting to see these community tensions bubble up between Jewish communities in Britain and Muslim communities in Britain, in London, in Manchester, in all of these major cities. We've seen anti-Semitic hate crime go up. We are seeing security required at Jewish schools and at synagogues. Jewish people feeling scared to wear their Jewish garments outside of the house. So actually, what is going on hundreds, if not thousands of miles away in Israel is having an impact at home.
Let's just take Nigel in Warwickshire. Do you think is that right, Nigel, that he needs to be out there because it's coming home, this thing?
He already is, because of, open borders to people who are essentially anti-Semitic. But
we've got a population of British Arabs. Yeah, go on.
Sunak is only there because there are two by-elections going on. I mean, hopefully he'll lose them because we've got to get rid of him, because he's just a Treasury Department appointee to lay the path for Starmer to come in. I mean, it's just a joke.
You are a Labour supporter, Nigel?
No, I'm a Tory supporter.
So why do you want him to lose these by-elections?
Yeah, because he's not a democratically elected Prime Minister. No one ever voted for him, not even the MPs. He's a joke.
It's a call for the return of Boris Johnson here, although it's not quite the day for it.
This is not the day for it right now. Look, as you were saying, there's more Islamophobia. There's hate crimes that are going on in our own country now because of these bubbling tensions, anti-Semitic slurs. Ultimately, we can't fix it sitting at this table. Everyone's got an opinion on this, and we're sending more and more politicians. It feels like a political pile-on over there now. But ultimately, conversations do need to be had. And whilst these conversations are being had, we need to get help. We need to get some kind of humanitarian help through. And I keep on saying this, but it feels that this is something that is so easily ignored because everybody wants the meetings and everybody wants to see the powers, photographed on the front of our pages. But at the same time, who's helping the helpless? There are so many innocent victims. There are mums who just want to get their kids to school on both sides.
Thank you for your calls on this. We're going to move on now.